Hey guys, welcome to PCube, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians.
Today's song is Alan Jackson, Remember When? This is a request by Timothy, so thank you for your song request and for your support. This video has so many views here, so we are so excited to figure out what it is and learn more about the singer and the song, and then maybe explore him more later on. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get it started.
Remember when I was young, and so were you, and time stood still, and love was all we knew. You were the first, so was I. We made love and then you cried. Remember when? Remember when we vowed the vows and walked the walk and gave our hearts, made the start, and it was hard. We lived and learned life through curves. There was joy, there was hurt. Remember when? Remember when old ones died and new were born, and life was changed, disassembled, rearranged. We came together, fell apart, and broke each other's hearts. Remember when?
Let's just wait here. I do not want to pause this because I feel like it's just so beautiful of a journey, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get blocked if I don't do. So I'm just gonna do a little bit here. I think it's before maybe the climax moment. Oh my God. First of all, I have so much to say. I love this so far.
What a voice!
I know. Yes, I mean, from the first note that the guitar played, I was like, oh my God. And then he started singing. I was like, oh my God. I think he's a country singer based on what I see, but I don't think this song is necessarily that country. I'm not sure, though. You guys can correct us if that's not the case. One thing that really caught my attention, I know that we're gonna like get more of it. I'm just like predicting that's gonna happen more, is how the instrumentation or how the buildup of the music was matching with like the buildup of your life, or like when he was going through the memories, like how everything was a little more minimal at the first, but that they met, they were young, and then how as they matured, the sound also grew like fuller, and then more instruments were added, obviously starting with the wedding they added the cello, and then but as they went, it just kind of got more layers to it as just like life. And yeah, his voice was just, I don't know, it's just, that's I think my favorite kind of voice. There's like such texture to it that I don't know how to describe it, but you can see it a lot. I feel like in country singers a lot, but I mean that's also like not just limited to them, but it's just like so present, and but at the same time so bold, but then so conversational and intimate at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like too good.
It was a little funny for me that you were talking about the whole thing that happened in the music, and then it started to build up, or what happened in the here and there, because I didn't realize any of it, because from the beginning until now I was just lost and drowned into his voice. And I was, every time I was like, you have to also listen to the music, just focus on the music. But I was like, I cannot, I'm so lost in his voice. It had such a warmth into it. And I don't know, it's like this kind of voice character you hear from like especially country singer like kind of voices, but this was in completely another level. And for me it remind me of, you know, when you just have like here and there sometimes you have this chance to see, for example for me, a violin that is so well made, and so especially very like old violins has this kind of thing that you just play one note with it, or you hear somebody is playing with it, and this violin on its own has such an old, warm, and like deep, like it has like, if this is the voice, it has like this much of the depth into the voice that you're just like, oh my god. And for him it's like he has this best quality violin in his throat. It's like his vocal cords are the most expensive and well made old vocal cords that was captured with the most expensive and high quality microphone. um, it has like this kind of like deep luxurious kind of feeling into it. And besides from that he had this voice, the way that he was playing with it and he was using this privilege that he has, the way that he was adding like tiny vibrations and the vibratos in here and there to his voice, and they were like this kind of vibratos, like very intentional intimate vibratos. And then the way that he was using his voice to make it warmer a little, make it softer a little, like I don't know, it's like he has the best kind of vehicle and he's using it in the best way possible also. It was so crazy, and I think after that I will really try to listen to the music a little.
I was gonna say that I'm gonna listen to his voice more, and then you listen to the music.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
Hearts remember when remember when the sound of little feet wasn't music. We danced to week, brought back the love. We found trust, vowed we'd never give it up. Remember when remember when 30 seems so old now, looking back. It's just a stepping stone to where we are, where we've been. Said we'd do it all again. Remember when remember when we said when we turned gray, when the children grow up and move away, we won't be sad, we'll be glad for all the life we've had. And we'll remember when remember when remember when
I really tried to listen to the music more, but the best thing that I could do was to pay attention a little more to the lyrics, and here and there hear the beautiful guitar that was playing, and also sometimes like strings that were doing, but I couldn't convince myself to listen less to the voice and pay attention less to the voice so that I can focus on the music. It was so beautiful, and I have to say his delivery was that good, that because the subject that he's singing about, even though it's like something that is kind of relevant for like almost every person, like it's a normal life thing that oh yeah, remember we were young, and then you know you get married, you get old, and you know it's like something not like that happens to just some special people or something. But I mean for me at least, and in this age I cannot relate, and I think in general it's not something that the path that my life would go, and I could relate anytime, at least I cannot imagine it now. But his delivery was so perfect, and so I don't know, that it just went into my soul, and I could see through his eyes what should it feel like, and how is it like to be like a little older and has this life behind you. And you know it was so perfectly pictured, and like well said and well performed, that I could like say that I understand it completely how it feels like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just kind of speechless a little bit, honestly, because I feel like it's just a perfect song. I don't know. Something is too perfect, but there's nothing to be said. But I love the things that you talked about. I love that how the guitar, it's kind of like acts as a second voice timeline wise. If I know that you said you didn't listen to music, but if you do, you would realize that like the way that his voice kind of grew, and then the lyrics kind of like grew as the song kind of like unfolded, and then we went to the next step of the life. And I have something about like that too, but like the guitar had a very important role, I feel like, to also push that timeline. And then the add of like obviously the strings here and there was so, I said so perfect. It's just like perfect is the perfect word for to describe the song. But I love that the way that he was like, from his voice to his like face, and I don't know, his presence was not performing, you know what I mean? It really feels like it's everything that he has lived through, or somebody that he knows that maybe his parents lived through. I don't know, it felt so personal, and then it didn't feel like it's just like I'm performing a song. I think the songs that come from a very deeply personal experience, it reminded me of Dan Fogelberg, leader of the band, that was also like very minimal arrangement, but so many layers of depth to it because of how personal it was, or like how touching and close to his life and his experiences this song was. Kind of reminded me of that. I'm not sure if like that is his personal experience, or somebody that he knew that he got inspired. But it's funny that you say that like the topic is something just normal, but then I was thinking about that normal thing that like, yeah, there's like, it's talked about in a lot of like literature, songs, and here and there. That's like somebody's whole life. That we was like, oh, okay, this is something like probably too typical like for a song or something. But if you think about it, that's like our life, and that's all you experience in this life from when you're young. And then I know that experiences change from person to person. Maybe like somebody doesn't relate to that. Oh, I remember when you were young we got married, like go through that journey with one person. But just going through the stages of life, and I feel like that thinking back always is there, especially when you get older, and then you feel like, oh, all those things that happened to me, all the past just made me be the person that I'm now. So it's just like a memory in this song, but at the same time, it's not just like reminiscing, it's also talking about how all this journey brought us here and then made us who we are now today. So I feel like that's actually very, very deep. I know it. I know what you mean, but at the same time, I was like, okay, but that's just like your whole existence on this earth, that you just like all these memories and all the thinking back, especially when you're like maybe a little older in the life, that you think, oh, okay, this is who I am now because of all the things that happened to me. So that's, I don't know, that's your whole world. So I love the universal elements that this song had, even though, as you said, you might not relate to it personally, but it's something that I think everybody can relate to some degree about it. So I love that.
Yeah, I agree. The element of that at some point we all get older and we look back and we're like, oh, remember, you know, but I have to disagree with you about what you said, that because for me this song is more about, you know, the marriage, and you get to know a person, grow old, and he was talking to the person that you know, had children with, and now they're old, you know. He was like, remember when we were saying like when they get old. And I have to say, this is something that not all the people experience, and not all the people, it's not a sad thing, even not all the people want to experience. So that it's not something that at some point everybody would relate to it 100%, or even want to relate to it. But the fact that his delivery and kind of how he sing the thing, and how he was saying that the thing was just sitting really good into your soul, that even though it's not gonna be your life, or it's not your life or something, you could say that I cannot relate, but I completely can see how it feels like, and it's so beautiful, and it's so touchy. I can just touch what you are saying.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you, Timothy, for suggesting this beautiful song. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and we hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, comment below what else from Alan Jackson we should be exploring, because I have a feeling that he has an extensive like work list. So just let us know. We don't know him, but we would love to explore more. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to support us more. There's a buy me a coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Bye.